Good morning, students. Today we are going to be investigating the question, why can't plants always get the sunlight and water they need to grow? We are going to continue studying our unit question, which is, how do the living things in a habitat depend on each other? In our chapter 2 question, why aren't the chaltis seeds getting what they need to grow? So last time we studied leaves and roots, and we found out that plants have leaves that get sunlight. Plants have roots that get water from the soil. Leaves need space to get sunlight. Roots need space in the soil to get water. And today, by the end of the lesson, I want you to understand that without enough space, plants can't get sunlight and water they need to grow. So you'll see that I've given you one of these papers, and there's a spot for good places for seeds to grow and bad places for seeds to grow. You're going to use the computer, and you should see a screen that looks like this. The title of our chapter is here, and we're going to use some models. Today you're going to focus on Model 1 and Model 2. First, you're going to click on number 1, and you're going to explore a city park. You should look at the key to determine what each of these different areas are made out of. And this area around the tree is shaded area. So that is a place where there's no sunlight getting to the ground. Then you're going to read the instructions, and it will tell you, drag each acorn to a place in the park to find out if it can grow into an oak tree. So you're going to click on the acorn and drag it to different locations. Now I dropped it here in the sidewalk, and it didn't do anything. So in my notebook, I would write under bad places for seeds to grow in the sidewalk. Now I'm going to come back to this, and I'm going to move my acorn to maybe the grass. A tree grew. So now in my notebook, I'm going to go and write down in the grass away from the other trees, right? Because I didn't put it too close to the trees. So you are going to take turns, try at least 3 acorns, and write down a few places that are good places for seeds to grow and bad places for seeds to grow. When you are finished with this activity, you're going to go back to the student app section at the top, a tab, and it will take you back to the main screen. And you'll see that the next one is plant growth in the desert. But before you do that, I want you to look at the next page. We're going to study mesquite trees. So we have to go to our book, Handbook of Habitats, find out where the desert section is, Sonoran Desert, page 34. I use the table of contents to help me find it. And here on page 36, it tells me about mesquite trees. So I'm going to read this to you, and any important information that you find should be written in your notebook about what mesquite trees need to grow. Mesquite trees are small trees that grow very deep roots. Deep roots. That might be something I should write down. So over here, I'm going to write grow deep roots. Their leaves are made of tiny parts. Mesquite flowers are small and yellow, and they grow in groups. Mesquite trees need a lot of sunlight to grow. Ooh, that sounds important. So I'm going to come over here. Need a lot of sunlight to grow. They cannot grow in areas that are very shady. Ooh, once again, that's important. Maybe I should write that down. The seeds of the mesquite tree form a long, thin seed pods that are eaten by many animals. each seed pod has several seeds inside of it. And you can see these are the seed pods, and these are like little beans or seeds, right? So then after you've written down your notes, you're going to fill out another chart. Good places for seeds to grow, bad places for seeds to grow. You'll go back to the student app and explore the desert. Now here you can see that there are different parts, so you should look at the key to find out what each of those parts mean. Then take your mesquite seed, drag it into a location. Here's rock. Rock doesn't look like a good place for a tree to grow. So I'm gonna come over to the bad places for seeds to grow and write rock. You will continue to do this and write down a few ideas that you find out about good places and bad places to grow on the sheets provided. Good luck.